Hi everyone! This has been a long time coming. The first time I heard Genesis was their great and famous Firth of Fifth, which I learned to love. Well, now I'm returning to them finally, and this time it's going to be That's All. Well, of course, I don't mean That's All I Will Ever Listen to by Genesis, but that's the title of the song, so what can I say? That's All is a group composition and appears as the second track on their 1983 album, Genesis. The US single reached number 6 in early 1984, making it their first Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 hit. It included Second Home by the Sea as the B-side. The UK single featured Taking It All Too Hard as the flip side and reached number 16. Also released was a 12-inch single that included a live version of Firth of Fifth from 1981. Okay, they even had a pairing of the two. As the band's first break into the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10, the song is included in Rock Song Index, the 7,500 most important songs for the rock and roll era. Who decides how many songs to put in some list or other? I understand. 100, top 10, top 20, top 50. Okay, how many top lists? Top 100, 500, and then 7,500. Why don't you just say, I don't know, 1,000 or 500? But no, it's got to be 7,500. Anyway, they ended up there. And I'm kind of excited about listening to this. Let's see how it sounds.
Just as I thought it was going all right, I found out I'm wrong when I thought I was right. It's always the same, it's just a shame, that's all. I could say day and you'd say night. Tell me it's black when I know that it's white. Always the same, it's just a shame, and that's all.
You know, this figure. Da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. It's very common, especially in accompaniment. Da-da-da-dum, or as a bass line, or kind of as a pickup into something. Well, it sounds like it's something just getting going, right? So it makes perfect sense. But I remember listening to Tokyo Groove Joshi some time ago, and I talked about the same similar figure then. It showed up again. Well, that was a funny listening experience, and if you want to, you can check it out here. But this is coming back now as a significant feature of this song of Genesis, That's All. Da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. And what caught my ears right away is the fact that that's the piano intro. Perfect! It works fine. It's so common in piano. Da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. And we can hear it. It's that feeling, letting your fingers dance on the keys.
Just as I thought.
And then the voice enters. And I was kind of delighted in the moment. Oh, I didn't realize that the introduction was stating the first few notes of the melody. It felt like just the piano accompaniment. Da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. And what they've done is they've taken Just As I Thought and placed it with those same familiar notes in that same sequence. And, well, if you go listen to Tokyo Groove Joshi, that first listen, then you'll hear what I said about when the saints go marching in and all of that. So I won't repeat that here, but it's kind of fun to hear this. Dee-dee-dee-dee. It doesn't feel like a melody. Da-da-da-dum. It's just the piano bouncing around, the guitar, the drums, da-da-da-da. And then suddenly, oh, that is how the song begins. The melody.
Just as I thought it was going all right, I found out I'm wrong when I thought it was
Becomes a real
right.
feature.
It's always the same, it's just a shame, that's all. I could say day and you'd say night. Tell me it's black when I know that it's white. Always the same, it's just a shame, and that's all. I could leave but I won't go, though my heart might tell me so. I can't feel a thing from my head down to my toes. But why does it always seem to be me looking at you with you looking at me?
Same thing,
It's
didn't
always
I?
the same, it's just a shame, that's all. Turning me on, turning me off, making me feel like I want too much. Living with you's just putting me through it all of the time. Running around, staying out all night, taking it all straight or taking one bite. Living with you's just putting me through it all of the time. I could leave but I won't go. Well, it'd be easier, I know. I can't feel a thing from my head down to my toes. But why does it always seem to be me looking at you, you looking at me? It's always the same, it's just a shame, that's all. Truth is I love you more than I wanted to. There's no point in trying to pretend. There's been no one who makes me feel like you do. Say we'll be together to the end.
There it comes down.
But I could leave but I won't go. It'd be easier, I know. I can't feel a thing from my head down to my toes.
And this sort of chorus. Da-dum bum 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 bum, da-dum bum ba da 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 dum, da-dum bum ba da 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 dum bum. It is tending towards, I feel like this whole song, somebody took some of the classic kind of easy gospel song choruses and so let's just take the opening or some of the most prominent features of these and put it together and make a whole song that's built around it. I feel like, I don't know, this being a group written song, there must have been some collaboration and kind of playing around with the idea of, okay, what are we going to do and how are we going to do it? And it's so interesting to see such classic, identifiable musical motifs becoming the musical identity of this piece.
It'd be easier, I know. I can't feel a thing from my head down to my toes. So why does it always seem to be me looking at you, you looking at me? It's always the same, it's just a shame, that's all. But I love you more than I wanted to. There's no point in trying to pretend. There's been
if I can call it genius, but at the same time, sometimes the most obvious choices, well, to actually choose them, there must be a stroke of genius in it. And I feel like there's a stroke of genius in this, in the sense that how to make a memorable hook, how to make something that is instantly recognizable, that makes you realize, oh, that's what's coming. Pick something that is so embedded in the musical language that it shows up in so many different pieces of music, so many different styles. Well, of course, it's linked to it's very strongly linked to a particular style or set of subgenres. But it's such a standard musical bit of building material. It's kind of like someone saying, well, how shall we make a building that is really memorable, identifiable? Well, let's take the most common piece of building material out there, and let's make a whole house out of it. Well, it can't be the wood, it can't be the bricks, it's got to be something a little bit more unique. Maybe a nail. Okay, let's make a whole house out of nails. And everybody sees it, they're like, ah, there's that nail house. Well, we all know what nails are, and we all know, we see them everywhere, we meet them everywhere. But to build a whole house out of nails? Kind of cool, huh? You might say a stroke of genius. Da-da-da-dum, 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 da-da-da-dum. Well, topically, thematically, it kind of makes sense also, because it's a little musical motif that kind of gives, to use it over and over and over and over again, like they are using it here. Da-da-da-dum, da-da-ba-bum, da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. It fits the text. You know, it's saying, it's all the same, it's all the same. I'm wrong when I thought I was right. It's a shame, that's all. I could say day, you'd say night. Tell me it's black when I know that it's white. Always the same. I could leave, but I won't go. This feeling of, I'm in this situation that I know is not great, but I'm not choosing to break it up at this point. So, you know, it's just, I recognize it's just going to keep going on and going on and going on like this. Da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. But there's not a feeling of deep trauma to it, although it could be a deeply traumatic relationship, situation, whatever is happening here. It's more a feeling of, it's just happening over and over and over again. And I kind of shrug and be like, well, there it comes again. Well, there it comes again. There it comes again. That's it. That's life. That's my life as I know it. This is not the life I imagined. This is not what I wanted, but it's the way it is, and I'm not ready to break the cycle yet. Da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. There's a sort of cheeriness to it, a kind of energy. Da-da-da-dum, here we go again. Da-da-da-dum, here we go again. So it kind of fits the message of the lyrics, although I think it's mostly meant just to be catchy and memorable. And it would be very easy to listen to this piece and not pay attention to what is being sung. Just to feel this kind of upbeat, catchy energy. Da-da-da-dum. It's a rising figure. It's quick. It carries you up into the beat. Da-da-da-dum, 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 da-da-da-dum. And there are a few episodes of some contrasting material. Two main contrasting sections which come once or twice each. But this is the main feature of the piece, and as I said, it's like building a house with nails. It works. And I can't call it imaginative, but at the same time, you have to recognize opportunity where it exists, and to recognize, to pull it out, to say, yeah, that's what we need to do. Let's make it out of this. Who would think of building a house with all nails, right? That is my second exposure to Genesis. I listened to Firth of Fifth a good long while ago. That one is a completely different feel. This is such a contrast, I guess I wouldn't have even guessed that they were by the same band, which, as you know, is very, very tempting. It kind of pulls me in. My next question is always, well, what else did they do? How else are they in their creative output? We have something so beautiful as the guitar solo in Firth of Fifth, and then we have something as playful and humorous and ordinary as this. That's all. Surely they've come up with some other great things along the way, so I've got to explore them some more. I'm sure I will. I'll see you all soon.